Mr. Carter, our great colleague from Georgia, you have up to 5 minutes to present your testimony.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman and Ranking Member for this opportunity to address this committee. Appreciate it very much. This is extremely important. Thank you, and thank you for considering my testimony. As the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure continues its work this Congress, especially with WRDA. As a representative of the entire coast of Georgia, over 100 miles of pristine coastline, WRDA is an extremely important piece of legislation for my constituents. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers projects throughout our district have allowed us to grow and prosper over the years. The most significant project, of course, has been the Savannah Harbor Expansion Project, SHEP, which has been an extraordinary success story for our state and region. Completed in March of 2022, SHEP deepened the Savannah Harbor to 47 feet to allow larger ships from all around the globe to access the Port of Savannah. This has allowed the Port of Savannah to be the single largest and fastest growing container terminal in America, in addition to being the second largest port in the East Coast by volume. In fiscal year 2022, it moved 5.8 million 20-foot equivalent container units in throughput, an increase of 8.1% when compared to the previous year. None of this would have been possible without the work done here on the T&I Committee and the authorizations for SHEP through WRDA. I thank the committee for its continued support for a project that is bringing true benefits to our country. According to a Corps of Engineers study, the project is expected to net more than $291 million in annual benefits to the nation, or approximately $7.70 for every dollar invested in the project. Georgia's deep water ports and inland barge terminals support nearly 561,000 jobs throughout the state annually and contribute $33 billion in income, $140 billion in sales, and $3.8 billion in state and local taxes to Georgia's economy. However, for all the benefits this project has already brought, the world is changing rapidly, and ships continue to only get bigger and bigger. That's why I'm asking for the committee to include authorization for a new feasibility study or modification to an existing study authorization to examine the benefit of both widening and deepening the harbor of the Port of Savannah to better accommodate today's commercial demands and to prepare for meeting tomorrow's trade needs. The recently completed dredging under SHEP was designed for vessels with an 8,200 TEU capacity, and the Port of Savannah is currently accommodating ships holding more than 16,000 TEUs on a tidally restricted basis. With the Georgia Department of Transportation raising the height of the Talmadge Bridge, the Port of Savannah's air draft capacity increases significantly, opening the door to serve even larger vessels and increase its significant positive impact on America's economy. My next request for the committee is for Tybee Island, which sits down the river from the Port of Savannah and is an important barrier island for our coast. While the growth of the Port of Savannah has been welcome, the federal channel has directly contributed to the erosion on the island and in persistent need of renourishment. That's why I'm requesting authorization for a new feasibility study incorporating the results of the Channel Impact Study that would lead to the development of a project to adequately solve or mitigate the erosions of Tybee Island's beaches. Next, I'd like to request that the committee consider the authorization of a GAO on the benefits of digital project delivery for the U.S. Army Corps. With the savings that digital infrastructure tools provide and the hundreds of different projects that the Corps engages in each year around the country. Digital infrastructure technologies are cloud-based open data computer platforms that integrate digital technology throughout the life cycle of an infrastructure asset. These technologies are proven and utilized around the world for infrastructure projects to reduce project costs, accelerate project delivery, and build more innovative, resilient, and sustainable assets, including water infrastructure projects. Such a study should hopefully demonstrate the savings that digital infrastructure tools can provide to the hundreds of different studies and projects that the Corps engages in each year around the country. Lastly, I ask the committee to provide Environmental Infrastructure Assistance Authority for the coastal Georgia counties of Bryan, Camden, Chatham, Effingham, Glenn, and McIntosh. Under WRDA, the U.S. Army Corps is authorized to provide assistance with design and construction of infrastructure in the specific municipalities, counties, and states. This assistance supports publicly owned and operated facilities such as water distribution works, stormwater collection, and environmental restoration, among others. Adding authority for these counties would provide an opportunity to help these communities with some of their drinking, stormwater, wastewater, and other flooding problems. Thank you again for your time and your consideration of these important issues for my district, the state, and the country. I look forward to continuing to work with the committee to ensure the inclusion of these requests that will bring significant benefits to our communities and to our country.